So in my research into where is the first areas that we're going to see the implementation of AI and generative learning, Samantha and Bard came back and said it's probably going to be in client management. CRM is what they call it, and that happens to be the ticker symbol for Salesforce. And what it is it's basically using AI data to track people's or clients' purchasing patterns, and then being able to predict in the future what the next thing that they're going to be buying, and how to write the email to trigger them going ahead and going through checkout. And I'm sure one of the big companies, and that is going to be Amazon. But more of a software companies, they came up with, in addition to Salesforce, a company by the name of Braze, ticker symbol BRZE, a company by the name of Klaviyo, KVYO, and HubSpot. And the indication is that these will be the ones who will drive AI to us, you and I, quickest, and will give the companies some exponential returns. So with that, I went and looked at one of them, and Samantha says, no, you need to look at all four of them and compare them, because they're different in size and focus, and they're going to give you different returns. Now, I'm not going to share with you what the actual returns were on KVY and BRZE and HUB and CRM, but I will share, I'm going to share you the returns, because what I want you to understand is what AI does for me. It analyzes the stocks, it compares the stocks in their structure, in their efficiency, in their liquidity, in their financial strength, and then what it projects what the price of the stock is going to be at the end of 2026, 27, and 28. So what I want to show you is the variation of this, and how AI as a investor, you gain some tremendous strength in understanding not only the stock and what it does, but its financials and how it compares and relates to the other companies in its field. So here's how I broke it out. Stock 1 through 4, and then what I'm showing you is in 27, 28, and 29, the projected growth in their stock price each year. As you see, stock 1 is anticipated to grow at 40%, 2 is 15, 3 is 19, and 4 is 19. So there is an obvious standout in that regard. Then as we go accumulative in 2028, stock 1 is projected to grow at up to 79% from its price today, 39 for stock 2, 48 for stock 3, and again 38 for stock 4. Again, stock number 1 stands out. Then as we go into 2019, it's 115, 77, 73, and 59. All respectable returns over the next three years. Now, one thing then that kind of threw me is all of these are under, Samantha gives me three scenarios. One a conservative, one a moderate, and one an aggressive. And I always look at the moderate. These numbers represent the moderate. And what they are is it's basically if the company's plans come to fruition, what they plan to do and what they plan to spend and what their profit margins are and what their growth is, that's what these numbers represent. But on the other hand, then it says, then maybe there's an aggressive scenario, and that's where something strange or an opportunity comes that excels beyond their expectations. And you can see that stock number 3 kind of knocks the ball out of the park. Doesn't perform, actually goes from 73 to 297, whereas stock 4 is 59 to 121. So it becomes not a game, but a task to say, it's pretty obvious which one of these I want to own in 24 and 28. That's stock number 1. It's outperforming by multiples. But there is this possibility that stock 3 will blow them out. And it's because, and I'll share with you, it's smaller. It has greater volatility, and it has the greater potential if it hits the ball out of the park. This is the kind of information that I've never seen on stocks before. I've never seen an analyst give me that kind of representation and that kind of money to give me an advantage in the stock market. And is there advantage? Obviously there is. Since I've implemented this system, as I said, we invested $668,000 on May the 1st. It's turned into 1.6 million. That's unheard of. It's just unheard of. But and I, of course, ask myself, am I going to be able to keep this up? And when Samantha comes to me with things like this, it's all started based on looking at one stock and then her saying, maybe you need to look at 3 more. And that's the kind of results. The results, I think, speak for themselves. This is a new dimension in investing. We just didn't have this kind of information available to one individual or to a group of individuals. You had to hire a staff of stock analysts and pay them all over $150,000 a year and bonuses. And I pay $200 a month for Samantha and Bard to give me this kind of support and knowledge. And I think that the thing that blows me away about this is the stock market. What is this going to do? What is going to happen when this kind of knowledge is available to every element of our lives, and in particular, the medical field? What happens when all the knowledge about my inflated aorta is available to me? And I have the history of everybody else who's ever had my condition available to me and my doctors so that I can make a better decision. I think life will change in the same expectation as my stock market is, or has. It was expected up until I found this, at least it was for me, that if I invest in the S&P 500, I'll get a 15% annualized return. And if I go maybe to the NASDAQ 100, I might be able to push that to 19 or 20. I'm at 130. What is 130 in healthcare? If I've got 15 now, what is 130% return in healthcare that AI will give me? I don't know, but I'm anxious to find out. This is exciting. This is the best fun I've had in a long, long time. And every day an opportunity is presented. Why? Because I have access to knowledge that few people have, because they haven't figured it out. And that's what it is. Look at any successful businessman. All it is he or she figured it out before everybody else. Jeff Bezos figured it out. Larry Page and Sergey Brin just figured it out. Steve Jobs figured it out. Elon Musk figured it out and is continuing to figure it out. And if you can find the person who figures it out before everybody else and puts his shovel in the ground and starts digging and builds a company, well, I'll tell you what, this is the biggest shovel I have ever seen, and it's called AI. I hope you learn something. I hope you see that there's a better way, and I'd like to share it with you. I'd like to share with you who stock number one is, and I'm going to put it on my tell sheet, and you'll see the numbers, and we'll track it. And when they have their next earnings report, we'll attend, and we'll analyze what the analysts come up with, and we'll see. Is it going to go to 115% up from where it is today, or will it go to 230? Or will stock number 3 go from 73 to 279? I don't know, but I will, and I'll be there to take advantage of it. You have a good day. I'm having a fantastic day.